Welcome to this quiet journey among the stars. Tonight, we explore one of the most unsettling mysteries in science and philosophy, the Great Filter. It begins with a simple yet profound question asked in 1950 by physicist Enrico Fermi. Where is everybody? Our galaxy holds hundreds of billions of stars, many with planets in the habitable zone. By sheer numbers, the universe should be alive with civilizations, thriving worlds, strange technologies, signals echoing across the cosmos. And yet when we listen, all we hear is silence. No signals, no signs, only the quiet hum of the stars. This silence is not just emptiness, it is a clue, a puzzle that challenges our assumptions and may even reveal something about our own fragile future as a species. Could it be that civilizations never last long enough to make themselves known? Or is the universe still waiting for its first true voices to rise? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. The silence of the cosmos forces us to look not just outward, but inward, at our place in this vast story. Our Milky Way alone contains between 200 and 400 billion stars. Modern astronomy has revealed that most of these stars host planets, many in the so-called habitable zone, where liquid water could exist. Even if life began on only a tiny fraction of those worlds, there should still be millions of planets with biology. And if evolution works even somewhat like it did on Earth, then some of those life forms should have reached intelligence. Now imagine one of those civilizations had even a few million years head start. That's nothing compared to the age of the galaxy. With that time, they could have spread across their solar system, sent probes to nearby stars, maybe even colonized vast regions of the galaxy. We humans went from horses and wooden ships to rockets and computers in just a few centuries. What could another species do in 10,000 centuries? This is why the silence feels so heavy. With so many opportunities, so much time, and so many worlds, the absence of evidence becomes a mystery in itself. One of the most haunting ideas born from this silence is called the Great Filter. The filter is the possibility that somewhere along the path from simple chemistry to a galaxy-spanning civilization, there are steps so unlikely, so dangerous, that almost no one passes them. Think of it as a series of gates. The first might be the origin of life itself. How hard was it for the first cells to form? Another gate could be the leap to complex organisms. On Earth, single-celled life thrived for billions of years before multicellular life appeared. Later gates might include intelligence, language, or advanced technology. If the Great Filter is behind us, it means those impossible steps are already past, and we are among the lucky survivors. But if the filter lies ahead, then the silence may be a warning. Civilizations may rise, shine brightly for a short time, and then collapse before they spread to the stars. This is why the Great Filter matters. It doesn't just explain why we don't hear others, it forces us to wonder whether humanity itself will endure or whether we too will fall silent. When we step back and look at Earth as a whole, the patterns become striking. The atmosphere regulates itself, balancing oxygen, carbon dioxide, and temperature within a narrow band that allows life to thrive. Forests act like the planet's lungs, recycling air and storing energy. Oceans function like its circulatory system, carrying heat around the globe. Even the smallest microbes play their part, shaping soil, breaking down waste, and keeping ecosystems in balance. It feels less like a random collection of parts and more like a single living system. But here lies the mystery. Is this balance simply the outcome of natural processes, or is it evidence of something deeper? Some scientists argue that Earth is not conscious, only self-regulating. Others suggest that self-regulation itself may be the first step toward a kind of planetary awareness. If that's true, then perhaps we are not separate from the Earth at all, but expressions of its larger intelligence, its way of thinking, dreaming, and reaching out to the cosmos. Think of Earth's history. For billions of years, life has not only survived but transformed the planet itself. Plants filled the atmosphere with oxygen, reshaping the skies. Coral reefs built vast underwater cities, changing coastlines. Even tiny plankton influenced global temperatures by cycling carbon through the seas. Over time, life and Earth have danced together, shaping one another. It almost feels as if the planet and its creatures are partners in a long and delicate symphony. Some traditions even describe Earth as a mother, nurturing and protecting her children. From this perspective, our species is not separate, but one instrument in the orchestra. Yet, unlike the others, we are aware. We can ask questions, build technology, and even disrupt the balance. That awareness gives us power, but also responsibility. If Earth is alive, then we are part of its consciousness. And the real question is, will we act as healers or as threats to the living planet that sustains us? When we speak of Earth as alive, it's not only a poetic image. Science increasingly shows how deeply interconnected our planet's systems truly are. Rainforests breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, balancing the air we all depend on. Oceans act as vast regulators, storing heat and driving the winds that shape our climates. Even the smallest creatures, from bees pollinating flowers to fungi weaving networks underground, act like threads in a web, holding the system together. Remove too many threads and the web weakens, but keep it intact and the whole fabric remains strong. Some scientists suggest that this resilience, this ability to adapt and recover, is itself a kind of intelligence. Earth may not think the way we do, but it behaves as though it wants to maintain balance. And if that is true, then our role is clear. We must learn to live as part of this greater intelligence, not as something above it. But if Earth is alive, then what does it mean for us? Are we caretakers or are we parasites feeding on the body of a greater being? Humanity has reshaped landscapes, dammed rivers, burned forests and filled the skies with carbon. Some argue that we behave like a disease, disrupting the natural balance, and yet there is another way to see it. Just as bacteria in our own bodies can be harmful or helpful, humans too can choose their role. We can act as healers, restoring damaged lands, cleaning the oceans, and protecting the threads of life that hold the web together. If Earth is a conscious system, then our relationship with it is not one of domination, but of cooperation. The real question is not whether Earth is alive, but whether we can learn to live as part of that life. As we reflect on the idea of Earth as a living system, one truth becomes clear. Our choices matter. The forests are not separate from us, nor are the oceans, the air, or the soil. They are all threads in the same fabric that sustains life. If Earth is alive, then humanity is one of its organs, capable of healing, but also capable of harm. We have seen how our actions can disrupt balance, but also how they can restore it. Every seed planted, every river protected, every effort to reduce harm is like medicine to a fragile body. The Gaia Hypothesis is not just a theory, it is a mirror, asking us whether we will act as caretakers or as a disease. The answer is not written in the stars, it is written in what we choose to do here and now. And perhaps, if we listen carefully, The Earth is asking us to remember that survival is not only about us, but about all life sharing this small blue planet. As we close this journey, let us pause and reflect. Whether Earth is truly alive or not, the lesson is the same. This planet is fragile, precious, and unique. It is the only known home where life has blossomed into forests, oceans, animals, and us. If the Gaia hypothesis is correct, then humanity is not separate from Earth, but part of it, cells in a greater living being. And our survival depends on how well we care for that being. The silence of the universe reminds us that we may be rare. That makes our responsibility even greater, to protect, to nurture, to endure. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. If you found this journey meaningful, please give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more cosmic reflections. Together we can keep asking the questions that matter and keep searching for our place in the universe. Until next time, may we all remember that this small blue planet is not just where we live, it is who we are.